How's it going, guys? I'm back again, doing another flight from, we're in New Zealand at the moment. As you can see, we have the Air New Zealand plane livery at the moment. We're going to be flying from Wellington to Christchurch. It's a very short little flight. Just thought, I'd do a quick flight before I go to bed because I've got nothing else to do. So let's get started up, shall we? So, first things first is that we turn our generators on. Put APU to start mode. Put DC electric on. And then we call our jetway, because I actually haven't called the jetway yet. I think we have a bit of an issue with the jetway, I believe. Maybe it just doesn't bloody work. Huh. Very, very strange. Well, I guess we don't have to. Well, we can still open the door, but I mean, that's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Oh well, just have to ignore the jetway is not working. We're going to be flying from that direction, I believe, over to the ocean. So we're going from the basically going to skip over to the North Island to the South Island, following this route or route, or whatever you want to say. So basically everything's all set, besides we need to set up our autopilot, and then we can start our engines up, and then we can go. So well, we're going to have a 250 cruising speed because, well, it's about average for any commercial aircraft flight these days. On that, as usual. Heading is going to be, I actually don't know. I think it's, we're going to put it on here. Oh shit, we're going to put it on here, like that, and then adjust it when we need to. Right, we're going to set our altitude to 4,000, and then, oh shit, it's way too high. But that's fine. Ah, for fuck's sake. Excuse my language. It's just, I don't like using this at all. Right, and then it's going to be 1,800. Flight director now on. Right, so I think everything's all ready to go. Right, okay, here we go. So let's start our engines up. So now we can get our pushback now. Whoa, just happened. What just happened? I believe we had a bit of an issue with the, that's why you keep... Don't worry, no one died. We're just, make sure it does not happen again. So recovering from a cold. That's what happens at this time of year. So hopefully this flight won't be too long. I don't really like our trim just set to that. There you go. Our aircraft is being a bit weird. I wouldn't worry about that. Right, we're going to taxi up this. What's the name of this taxiway? We're on Alpha. We need to go into Main. Why do they call it M-A-I-N? Main taxi? I think main taxiway because it's not many. This airport is quite small, but so are all airports in New Zealand. I've been to Wellington before, actually, a few times in real life. I quite like it though, to be honest. New Zealand is a beautiful country. Trying to get a bit of a boost in the taxi because it's a bit boring, isn't it, to watch me taxi very slowly down a runway. But as I am a man of principles, I am not going to go over the speed limit. I think I just did there. The speed limit is 25 knots, but I'm going 30, but oh well. I think speed limit on runway is about 220 knots. Of course, it all does depend on what you're flying. We want to try and get as much runway as possible on this takeoff, and we want to do a flaps 2 takeoff. Because I'm telling you now, this takeoff, you can't mess around with it because it comes up pretty quick. But our V1 is going to be, I don't know really, I suppose whenever I feel ready to lift up. I mean, it should be 130 knots, but depends what airport it is. See, Newark is 140 knots. Right. Okay. So we'll set our C brake. Make sure our heading is set. Yeah, our heading. Just got to adjust it just a tiny bit. Okay, now it's good. Right. So we're gonna and go. Whoa, we need to use a bit of rudder for some reason. A little bit all over the place. Don't worry about that though. 100 knots. V1, rotate. And that one. Okay. Get positive rate. Gear up. Now on our way to on our way to Christchurch. I love auto throttle, it looks so cool. Alright, anyway, we're gonna put that up. Of course, you know, 2,000 feet right now. Yeah, New Zealand. So, let's start getting ready on our final thingity bob. And go up to 10,000 feet. So yeah, this is it basically. Going to be flying into Christchurch. It's quite clear weather, so we won't have any difficulties landing, so there's not really much challenge, but oh well. Of course I'm going to be speeding it up in a minute. Because like I said, I want this to be a short flight. Oh yeah. I wish we'd get our angle. There we go, now we're going to watch. So yep, we're going to put in fast speed now. Warp speed. basically going to be our cruising altitude all the way to Christchurch. It's a very, very short flight, like I said, but I'm still speeding it up. I would have to do a flight into Queenstown one time, and I'll do it in really bad weather too, because that's said to be one of the most challenging airports to land at in the world, and it's in New Zealand somewhere. I mean, I would agree. I mean, look at the size of those bloody mountains over there. Absolutely bloody huge they are. God, look at that, mate. So it literally is a straight line all the way to Christchurch. It's a simple little setup, really. Once we get over, you know, we're pretty close actually. I want to try and make this a much better landing than I did in the previous video at Portland. But then again, it was a lot of crosswind and bad weather, but whatever. I've got to check the map quickly. Alrighty. So we got to change our speed to 4 times, just, you know, why not? And we're going to change our altitude to about... Oh no, not that. Not like that. And then change our speed. Alright, we're going to turn this our speed to about just under 200 knots, so about 190. Then put a bit of flap in there too, get a little bit of flaps, because we're coming into the airport now. Okie dokie, so where's the airport then? Because I don't bloody see it. Oh yeah, I do see it. we're gonna manual fly it from here. So like I said, I'm manual flying now. I have full control of the aircraft. I find it a lot easier doing it that way. Because like I said, I'm still getting used to this stupid control system. Well, it's the city of Christchurch over there, but like most cities in this game, it's very badly detailed. I'm going to put our landing gear down.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please check to see that your seatbelt is securely fastened and that your tray table and seat back are in the upright launch position. Also at this time, please turn off any portable electronic equipment until we're parked at the gate. Flight attendants will be doing the final safety check.
It's kind of funny how it's an American accent, but yet it's a New Zealand aircraft. One thing I wish I did like with this airline mod that I got for this game is that if it actually had different accents depending on what the airline was. So like if it was Emirates or British, like for instance British Airways, it would have a British accent rather than a you know, American accent. Still got my flight director on, because it's actually quite helpful. Yep, so hopefully this will be a much better landing. Because like I am a professional pilot. I wish. I'm far from it. But this is the if you know, this is pretty good if you want to pretend to be one, I suppose. Oh, here comes the stupid error messages. You should ignore this. It's an error message with the game. I'm not really crashing. It fails to recognize when you're at a runway or not.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Okay.
Think rate.
Minimums.
Think rate.
And here we go. Decision. Oh, I already passed. Okay, touchdown. Reverse thrusters. Speed brake on. Or armed. Came in for quite a fast landing. And here's the airport over there. Christchurch International Airport. We're going to vacate off the next. Clean up a little bit. And turn our flight director off. Right, next taxiway is ours. And there you go. Welcome to Christchurch International Airport, New Zealand. It's a bloody bitch trying to do this. That was a pain in the arse of a turn, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I remember that it has two terminals at Christchurch. We need to vacate at the domestic terminal because it was a domestic flight. So we'll probably go... I've actually done this flight before, Wellington to New Zealand. Sorry, Christchurch to Wellington, I've done that flight before. We're going to go to this one because it's the closest one and I'm lazy. Okie dokie. Spree, parking brake, engines off. Cool, the jetway. Jetway actually works at this airport. Because the other one failed miserably. But that was his own little story right there. Okay, so we're at the airport now. Okay. Open the door. And everyone gets off the plane. Let's replay that landing. I must say, Christchurch, New Zealand is... You'd think it's a big city, but it's not. See, it looks like we're right in the middle of the runway, doesn't it? But we're always a little bit off, but it's no big deal. That was just an average landing. For me, at least, anyway. Looks like I'm flaring, I hope I'm not. That looks a bit hard, that landing. It did look like we came in a bit fast. Anyway guys, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and if you liked the video then like it, if you hate the video then hate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of shit. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. How's it going guys? I'm back again, doing another flight from, we're in New Zealand at the moment. As you can see, we have the Air New Zealand plane livery at the moment. We're going to be flying from Wellington to Christchurch. It's a very short little flight. Just thought, you know, I'd do a quick flight before I go to bed because I've got nothing else to do. So let's get started up, shall we? So first things first is that, you know, we turn our generators on, put APU to start mode, put DC electric on, and then we call our jetway, because I actually haven't called the jetway yet. I think we have a bit of an issue with the jetway, I believe. Maybe it just doesn't bloody work. Huh. Very, very strange. Well, I guess we don't have to... Well, we can still open the door, but... I mean... That's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Oh well, just have to ignore the jetway is not working. We're going to be flying from that direction, I believe, over to the ocean.